Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 5. Now this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 2 of Arrow Season 5, which is otherwise entitled The Recruits. But before we get into anything, let's actually watch the trailer.
On the line. Ring that bell.
Here to learn something, man, not just get beat up.
Is that what the brochure promised?
The city just experienced the equivalent of a terrorist attack.
I would think this would be a good time for you to test out your new team.
They're too green.
Some could say the same about you.
So this is a pretty straightforward trailer. A few things to go over that you may have missed, which are pretty interesting in my eyes. Episode 1 of Arrow Season 5 was very good in my opinion, and I am hoping that this episode, along with the rest of the season, can bring Arrow back to greatness. And yes, before anyone else asks, I will be bringing out a trailer breakdown for that even newer Flash trailer. If you haven't seen my Episode 2 trailer breakdown for The Flash, check it out. I will leave it linked in the description below. Some pretty cool stuff to go over in that video as well. Before we jump into this breakdown, if you want to leave a like on the video, it would be very much appreciated. Leave any comments what was your favourite thing from that trailer, what you're looking forward to the most in Episode 2 of Arrow Season 5, and subscribe if you are new. So the first thing we see throughout this trailer is the new Team Arrow recruits of Wild Dog, Artemis and Mr. Terrific being trained by Ollie, or the Green Arrow himself. In regards to how they got there, we do know that Ollie wants to bring Wild Dog in, and there is something else relevant to this later in the trailer. Mr. Terrific is part of the group basically because he asked. I'm assuming Artemis is either contacted or just dragged in by Ollie. But yeah, all three of them get smashed by Ollie initially, which should be pretty cool. Should be a pretty cool scene in this episode. In this shot here, you can see Tobias Church, who we met in Episode 1, and I thought he was really cool. And a blonde woman who looked to be making some sort of deal. And you can see members of Tobias Church's crew shooting upon someone, but who is it? We see Ragman here, who will be debuting in Episode 2, obviously, because he's in the trailer for Episode 2. He's dragging another blonde woman who I'm not 100% sure if it's the same woman that was speaking to Tobias Church in the previous shot. They do look similar, but I'm not too sure if it's the exact same person. You can see they are at an Amatech event. In the comics, Amatech makes like weapons from what I remember, but in Arrow, I'm pretty sure they're just referenced as like an oil or gas company. So I don't know what they would be holding an event for. Anyway, Ragman definitely has an issue with her because he's holding her up against that wall pretty hard. In between the two shots of Ragman, you can see the three new recruits. It looks like they are wearing shirts that say volunteer. I'm not sure if this is something Ollie is making them do, or if they are going undercover. They may be volunteers at that Amatech event, you never know, so they might be, disguising as volunteers to keep an eye out. We get a quick shot of Ollie fighting Tobias Church. We saw a short fight of that in Episode 1, but it got cut short, so it'd be pretty cool to see another fight between the two in this episode. Now this is pretty cool. We see Ragman like rappelled down behind the same woman that was speaking to Tobias Church, and he has like strips of his rag hung above him to let him fall safely, and then when he lands they like rappel back to him. It was pretty damn cool. Now this is the part I was referring to earlier with Wild Dog. I think this will be a scene towards the beginning of the episode with Ollie tracking him down, only for Wild Dog to try and run away from the Green Arrow. And then he stacks it over that building and Ollie asks him, you know what, do you want to come join Team Arrow? You then hear Ollie saying they are too green about the new recruits, with Felicity saying some could say the same about you. Get it? Because he's the Green Arrow? It's a joke. What Ollie means by the new recruits being too green is that they are naive or like inexperienced and could be a big liability out on the field if they aren't trained up to his standards. Overall, I thought this was a well done trailer and does get me excited for Episode 2 of Arrow Season 5, which is exactly what a good trailer should do, so hopefully it's done the exact same for everyone that's watching this video. But thanks for watching guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it. Leave any comments in the comment section below. What was your favourite part of the trailer? What are you looking forward to most in Episode 2? And subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you later guys. Goodbye.